We will start with the shattering events at Marvel Stadium last night, the Sunday fixture of Easter Sunday, and this happening late in the first quarter. Sam Darcy buckling on his left knee there, Lordo, and immediately your heart went into your mouth when you saw him dealing with it, grabbing at the knee, the emotion attached to it, to know what he's going through there, and then to see him come off the ground and to be assessed by doctors straight away, and the emotion attached to the locked off cameras in the rooms with family and the consultations with doctors, and then the news as the game unfolded from Matthew Egan, an assistant coach, that it was most likely a season-ending ACL. This is as shattering as it gets for someone so young in the game number 34, and emerging already in this fourth season of AFL life for him as a player of the future, but certainly of the now, and someone who I think, Lordo, was in the conversation for best players in the entire comp.
Yeah, there's no doubt he was the hottest player in the game with what he was doing, and it's going to take some time. Obviously, they lose their best player, who is currently playing good footy. Bontempelli obviously back last night, but also the mental side of how the rest of the crew copes to it, because they'll be in shock. You know, they handled the game really well, but there'll be a lull. We've lost Darcy, and even Luke Beveridge said we've got to change the way we play now and look at how we adjust, because so much went through Sam Darcy.
Yep. It's shattering, Lordo, in that footy sense to watch him go through that. It does have a reminder to me, and I'm sure other people have thought of this too, back in 1984, when a similarly scoped and profiled Paul Salmon had this happen to him in his second season of footy. Now, at that stage, he was playing game number 24. He kicked 63 goals in that particular season. His team that year won the grand final. He didn't play again until the next year. He did get to play in a premiership the following year. So when you see what happened to him, the parallels are there, because they were both, and in that case there, taking the game by storm in a way that we hadn't seen. And look, there's a good positive outcome to the Paul Salmon story, which is there for obviously Sam Darcy.
There is, and the positive will be for Darcy, he can work on other aspects of his game. Like, he can get big and strong. You look at Riley Thilthorpe and what he's done. So the one thing they were doing to Darcy early in the game was they were triple teaming him. They were all going at Darcy in there. That's how dominant he's become. So that'll be the positive. It'll be a hard few weeks, but he's such a professional. He'll get onto his rehab, and yes, he's got still 300 games ahead of him still.
And this Sam Darcy situation brings into even stronger focus the Jamara Ugle-Hagan situation at the Bulldogs. We're going to make this today's boardroom agenda on Access for Crypto.com, and it just heightens the problems that this club has got with the attitude of Jamara Ugle-Hagan, ultimately a number one draft pick himself, who ideally should be playing football but is choosing not to for personal reasons, and we factored that in every single time. But clearly the attitude that he has displayed in recent weeks has heightened the sense of frustration at the Bulldogs, and Luke Beveridge spoke before this game on the weekend about where that's now at.
At the moment, the decision making in regards to Jamara's future and what that entails is significantly in the AFL's hands. So we're waiting on them to do certain things, and we're continually interacting with them and working through it to work out what's best for Murray. My focus is absolutely, totally on the group that's here. So whether he, as I've said in the past, sometimes he's here, sometimes he's not. If he is and he isn't, not worth talking about. If he is, he joins in and we carry on. But because he's not currently available for selection, it's not at the forefront of my mind.
Darcy injury, Damo, all the attention goes on to could Jamara now play, but those I speak to will say he'll never play a game ever again for the Western Bulldogs. He's a guy who trains sometimes and doesn't train other times. So he's not in any position to play a game of AFL football, and there's also selection integrity. So for the rest of the players who are working their backsides off and have be there every day, you can't then pluck somebody out of nowhere. So don't expect him to come. They've just got to work with Aaron Norton. Maybe Bontempelli plays forward. Can O'Donnell try and play a role? So that's where they're at. It's not going to be Jamara.